Hello and welcome back to another Let's Play episode. Today, we're going to play the Stanley Parable. Now, I've seen this game here and there, and I've scrolled past it, and I've heard very little about the game, but what I have heard is a trip. The description in Steam says, "The Stanley Parable is a first-person exploration game. You will play as Stanley, and you will not play as Stanley. You will follow a story, and you will not follow a story. You will have a choice. You will have no choice. The game will end, and the game will never end." So, yeah. Apparently it's a narrative comedy, and it's supposed to be a pretty weird game, so let's get her fired up here and let's see what we think. Let's begin the game, shall we? Is never the end. Is never the end. The end is never. All depends on how you want to read it, I guess. Alright. If you'd hurry up loading here. There we are.
This is the story
Click
of a
skip.
man named
Well,
Stanley.
I want to see what I'll be skipping.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Where's the audio?
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on the desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Or was he?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Sharp,
Clearly.
frozen solid.
I mean,
Stanley
look at that
found
desk.
himself unable to move for the longest.
Doesn't even have a place to keep all those little
But as he
pens
came
and
to his
paper
wits
clips.
and
But then again, I
regained
guess
his
he doesn't need them
senses,
since
he got up from his desk
all he does is
and
push
started
buttons all
out of
day.
his office.
Oh, we're playing now. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I wonder if that changes anything. Now, I've heard that, depending on how you interact with the environment, it can change the outcome of the story or the narration, so why not?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I guess we'll just do what the narrator says. Did it just close behind me? It sure did.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
What dark secret indeed?
Was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Extra secret?
2845.
That's not too...
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
I'm just that good, I guess.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Weird. Huh. Okay, going down. Quickly, I might add. Descending deeper and deeper to our doom.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Yes, I'm breaking out the Matrix.
When for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Well, I should hope not, since everything's breaking around me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Mind Control Facility. Let's turn on the lights.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
No telling.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, you got HBO and Cinemax and Showtime. Oop. All the ESPNs. This is where they... Yeah. Hey, look, another button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Right. It's more and more like the Matrix all the time. What am I to... What's my number? I forgot my number. Huh.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't
Horrible.
be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control?
Oh, someone was fired. Did you see that?
Was the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had
That
been
person was fired.
to accept it blindly?
Yes.
No.
Absolutely
Refused to
not.
believe
I
it.
refuse to
He
believe it.
couldn't accept it.
I just
His
can't
own
accept it.
life in someone else's
My own
control.
life in someone else's
Never.
control?
It was
Absolutely not. It's
unthinkable.
absurd. Unthinkable.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Sure, I guess.
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided
Cold
that this
reality.
machinery would never again exert its terrible power over
That's
another
right.
human life.
That's right.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes, we're going to dismantle everything. Where's my screwdriver? And ratchet. We're going to tear it apart. Danger. Danger, Will Robinson. So... maybe we don't have to dismantle. Maybe we just shut it off. Ah.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
So many.
His co-workers gone.
Where?
How had he been
Where
freed
indeed?
from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his
That's
goal
all I ever wanted,
to
just to be happy.
but to let go.
Isn't that what everybody wants? Is just to be happy?
What to do or how to feel.
Oh,
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth
oh, come on.
Stanley
The
stepped
door doesn't open up
through
nearly
the
fast
open
enough.
door.
I'm trying to.
Stanley felt the cool
Oh,
breeze upon his
I can't get
skin.
my control is taking over.
Feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I was happy. Happy face. Well, that's it. That was the whole game. Hope you liked it. You didn't want to see any more, right? Alright, let's mess with the narrator. Can I push buttons? Push button.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it
Stanley
mean?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Does this seem redundant at all? Oh, well, I'm going to turn that up. Wow, look at that computer. That's an old IBM XT. It's kind of funny. I used to work on those. What's this? Awaiting input. Oh, we did something. That's it. Can't move any of the objects, but let's turn that off. An I Hate Monday shirt or cup shirt.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
My other
This
left,
was not
right?
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
I
he would
did.
have stopped by the employee lounge first, just to
Yes.
admire it.
Ah, yes, the employee lounge. Beautiful.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully
Yes.
constructed room. Stanley, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. We're just going to completely ignore everything he's telling us to do.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Penalty for misuse. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. 5 grand. Do not jump from cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. But after you jump to your death, we're gonna fine you 5 grand anyways. It's gonna come right out of your check.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not sure.
Ooh,
anyone
truck.
is
Yay!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yes. And here we are again.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
What? Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
What?
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
He didn't say anything
Perhaps he
about
wanted to
all the
stop by
employees being
employee
gone or
lounge
anything this
first,
time.
just
I
to
don't-
admire it.
Yes, admire it. We shall.
Wow. Yes, this room.
Yes.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the
Back
first
to
open
business.
door on his left.
Stanley is very
Stanley
bad.
was so bad at following directions, it's
I
incredible
was.
he wasn't fired years
I
ago.
know, right?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
We're gonna have to go that way at some
I realize
point.
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact
Yes.
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision
My dog.
by yourself.
I forgot
I'm
to
not
feed the
asking for
dog
me,
this morning.
I'm asking for her.
The female dog. Yes, she just had pups.
Your chance to redeem yourself.
I'm gonna
To
redeem
put
myself.
Your work aside. To
I'm
let
gonna-
her back into your life. She's
Yes.
been waiting.
What the?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith
What the
in
hell?
another.
Hello? Hello? What the hell?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
I can't move. Well, I can look.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about...
Ooh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife that would commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me
Yes,
show
dear.
you what's really going on here.
Let's see what's really going on here. My loving
This
wife.
is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Excuse me? Let's push F. F. Fine, X.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay. So let's push G. Okay, I can't ignore him, so we'll concede. We'll press H. Alright.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home.
What the hell?
Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his
Fantastic
desk,
indeed.
Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown. Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And
I'm
each
Christopher
day that he
Columbus.
returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
It's my hot wife. That's O is right. Oh, 0.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
What?
First, he imagined that one day while at work,
Was that
he
clock
stepped
there
up
before?
from his desk
I know,
and
the-
realized
that
all
wasn't
of
there.
his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
So how come we get dinner cooked? What's going on?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The
I
mere
know,
thought that
because
his
no matter
decision
what
to
I do,
something
she's not going to
was
have dinner
almost
ready.
too wonderful to behold.
Okay. Let's check my surroundings. Okay.
As he wandered through
Whoa.
this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one
Well,
path
how
lay
is
an
she
enormous
supposed to
brown
cook
room
dinner with all those
with
file
monitors
cabinets
and
in the
round
way?
controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
What the
And
hell?
he called it the Stanley Parable.
Floor is getting dirty.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
One more. And multiple times thereafter.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one. And
Okay.
I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But
Yeah.
he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
Especially
Here, watch
considering
this.
this.
Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm doing what you say. What the hell? Oh.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
Oh, see
In a way
the.
that he'll
So,
understand that every second he remains
everything's
here,
transforming
he's
into
electing
my
to kill
office.
himself. How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Okay.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to.
That's right.
But I don't
Because
make the
I'm just
rules.
ignoring.
I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
Sesame.
Perhaps. Look, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe.
And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What happened? I pressed the button. Oh shit. Okay. Do.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Okay, yeah. It's what I wanted, to be alone.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
That's right.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I knew it
Perhaps
perfectly
he wanted
well.
to stop by the
Especially by
employee
now.
lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge
Let's-
was sublime.
Let's go back
A
to the
work of
phone.
art.
Let's see if there's anything else we can
But eager
do
to
in
get
the
back to
phone.
business,
There was a
Stanley took
cord
the
there. I
first
wonder if it'll let us
open door
unplug
on
it.
his left.
Let's find out.
Stanley was
It was
so
so bad
bad
at
at following
following
directions. It's
directions.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
Alright, well, let's see
Your
what
chance to
happens
redeem
again
yourself, to
with
put
the
your
phone
work aside,
room.
to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Waiting.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You
I
actually
walked
chose
over and
incorrectly? I
unplugged
didn't
it.
even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely
check your
here
notes.
Thursday. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean
There's a light
anything.
blinking on the
I don't
phone.
understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
What?
Why did I
What
not
can't you
notice
believe?
that sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Oh,
I can't believe
They're
I'm
onto
so
us.
mistaken. This is why you've been able to make
What are we
correct
gonna
and
do?
incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't
I
have
guess
that
I
kind of risk
just
on my
didn't
watch.
grasp the
I'm
severity of
gonna stop the game for a
the
moment
situation.
So we can educate you properly on
Yes,
safe
let's
decision-making
do
in the
that.
real world.
Educate
Please
me.
observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice.
What?
It's the best part of being a
What
real
the-
person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens
So,
of impoverished third world nations.
due to our
Or he could systematically
poor
set
decision-making,
fire to every orphan
we've
living
been
in a
forced
30
to watch
kilometer radius of his house.
a safety
Which
video.
choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse
Thought.
why you cannot continue
Let them
talking.
finish their thought.
Turn to a partner and
All right.
practice saying,
Always let them
"My
finish their
goodness,
thought."
Is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack.
What?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical
Best part.
professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you
8
make more
choices.
than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay. Oh, what the
Welcome
crap?
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to
Yes,
revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way,
Okay.
please.
Where do I have to go now? This is crazy. Now there's a fence, so I can't even jump.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly.
Never
halfway
done
through
that,
the story.
right?
That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
What? To who? My fake
Unfortunately,
wife?
It seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Not yet. I can't jump or anything. Oh, at least the doors are opening up for me. And closing behind me. Can I do anything with this?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay.
That means choosing responsibly
behave.
and always putting the story first. I'm
Oh.
quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Nope. Okay. Man, it's all messed up. This game utilizes glitches to like... I don't remember those being there.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. Oh, I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
The hell?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
It's
Now look where we are.
I've turned it into a damn
My
horror
entire
game.
game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Yeah,
You just had to
actually
see?
I did.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
Absolutely
There's a world
not.
outside of you. You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Just behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Just behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
No,
I'm quite sure you'll
I don't
be up to
wanna.
the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No. I wonder what happens if I just keep...
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Just behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Okay.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
It seems that it's looping over and over again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's go.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Let's
hoping
do
he
that.
might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley
We
walked
can't even go
upstairs to
downstairs
his
anymore.
boss's office.
What the hell?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode.
I
He
did.
had seen it on his boss's computer
Okay.
just last week. Night Shark 115. Was
I
this
am
the
the
code
most
to open
expensive
the door?
boss.
Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now
Never.
he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
The code. The code. Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 7. What? 1-1? I guess
I'm
there's.
sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah?
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 7011.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The hell?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
So that's me, huh?
I need you to make a choice.
The
I
end.
need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything alright? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It can't
Okay.
exist without you.
Well,
You understand me? Whatever
this has been one of my longer videos, and I'm gonna leave very little cut out of this one, just because
do something.
every time you go through the
This is more important than you can ever know.
the course of whatever the storyline, if that's what you even want to call it, is different. Obviously, every time you play through. And from what I understand, there are many different endings and options and choices that you can make. I mean, I guess nearly infinite, which, no, that's probably not the correct way of describing it, but there's many different choices and different alternate ending. I think it's got several achievements as well. So so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and you know what, thumbs up anyways, you know, like it or not. This is actually kind of a funny game, and the fact that you can like mess with the narrator throughout the entire thing is quite comical. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to click that little red subscribe button. If you're not watching this full screen, it's like right down there, you know, here, like right below this area right here. There's a little red button that says subscribe. If it says subscribed, don't click it, because then you unsubscribe. But if it just says subscribe, go ahead and give that button a click and get subscribed to my channel. And so keep coming back here for more gaming videos, and we'll see you next time in the next game. Maybe something spooky. Ooh. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.